Hello everyone, this is Ron again with Strangely Normal, and today I am taking a look at a game that as a kid I played a lot of, but really wasn't well known at the time and was a little bit divisive. As you're seeing on the screen there, that game that I'm checking out is Comix Zone. This game was released for the Sega Genesis in 1995. The reason why I really liked this game, at least when I was a kid, was because the fighting mechanics were really cool, and I really liked how it played. This game is basically, it's about this comic book artist who, like, the villain somehow comes to the real world and threatens him and throws him into his own comic book, as we're seeing right here. I think that guy's name is like Mortis or something. But this game's sense of style is actually really well done. The animations are very nice, and what's really cool is the speech there is actually done in those speech bubbles, and this happens throughout the whole game. And as you're also seeing, it's these comic book panels, and your character just kind of goes between them, and then sometimes enemies get drawn in. Now, I'm into this fight with this guy. One of the things that really impressed me about this game is, as you're seeing, enemies actually block your attacks. So if you just do the same stuff over again, they will block you and you won't really be able to take them down very efficiently. It's actually a lot of fun. And the fights are a little bit more focused on just kind of one-on-one. You don't typically have to deal with too many enemies at once, although they occasionally do show up in pairs. Now here I have a couple choices. I'm going to go this way. And then, as you saw, I picked up some items earlier. We're going to use that dynamite to blow a hole there, which will let me head over to here. Oh, see, that guy blocked it. Now you're seeing that cage right there, and you may or may not notice there's actually a rat in that cage. That is actually this protagonist's like pet rat. I don't remember his name. But he is used like an item that is used to help open switches and things like that. And as I pointed out earlier, as you're fighting enemies, they tend to do a lot of actual talking to your character, and with these guys, it seems to happen a little bit more often. However, this game isn't perfect. One of the flaws of it was that many people said that it was kind of short, which I never really got to see as a kid, so I don't know, but I guess the game itself doesn't take too long to complete. Let's see, I'm going to see if I can clear the first or maybe second level while taking a look at this. And as I mentioned earlier, one of the things that I really like about this game is just the general fighting mechanics. They're really simple to use. There's just basically an attack and a jump button, and then you have some items that you can use. And it tends to work pretty well. And then one thing that is kind of aggravating though, and can be difficult to notice at first, but does indeed happen, when you punch items to break them, like barrels or doors and whatnot, that actually damages you slightly, and it's really kind of a flaw that kind of odd that this game has it, but it's not too bad. The damage is very slight, and if you're decent at the game, it doesn't add up too much, but still, it's just kind of forces you to have to keep using healing items. Well, I cleared that first level in about like a little under like 4.5 minutes. So let's see here. But here on this door, I'm gonna point it out. Just watch my health as I attack it. You see, my health goes down as I attack it. Not really the best thing. And then this area, I think, I was playing this earlier. This gets to be a little bit of a pain. Now what you have to do is you have to use the rat to stop the fans so that you can get out of here. Or you're supposed to, anyway. And then these stupid guys, these little like scorpion things, are really, really annoying. And you just kind of have to duke it out with them and fight them. Let's see if I can get past this part. Unfortunately, this game, you only get 1 life and no continues. That's actually a pretty big flaw in a game like this, because even though it was short, with the amount of challenge in the encounters, that can really cause some problems. And in a situation like this, where I have to kill these things that are making the dudes, they can get kind of aggravating, just because you feel like you kind of get trapped, and enemies get some kind of cheap attacks in. Let's see. There, finally letting me get past this section. Here I just have to. What's also cool is like the little graphical effects with like the paper flying really helps add to the aesthetic. Ah. These flying things are kind of annoying. Punch these things. And actually this game does look pretty good. I mean, the animations are nice, the characters are nice and big, and the backgrounds are really cool. It does have this sort of like comic book actual like look to it, but it does look nice. Take that guy, and I do actually like these enemy designs. He's got these big claws that it just seems kind of. That pickup, I think, temporarily turns me into some sort of like superhero dude or some special attack. Okay, I apparently figured out that lock. Now, see, this area that I'm in right now, I didn't actually get to this while I was checking this out before I started recording it, so this is actually kind of new to me. Slime. I really actually kind of like this enemy design. It was kind of weird that I'm just like punching these things. They look kind of like hydraulics from StarCraft, but. And also, what's also really cool about this game is the soundtrack. It's got this pretty neat little rock soundtrack, and an interesting note about this game is the soundtrack was actually released as like a bonus CD in the game, and just for being like a game this time in this era, having it have this rock soundtrack. Yeah, that was a special attack. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to beat this boss. If I die, I think I'll end this episode here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, that's game over. All in all, this is a game certainly worth checking out. The mechanics are really well done, and that's just kind of such a neat idea. I'd actually really like to see another like beat 'em up game kind of in this style and like that. It does look really good. Still looks good even today. Okay, let's end this. Let's get back to the title screen here. Yep, that shows how far I got. But anyway, that is this week's episode of Strangely Normal. If you liked the video, like it, join my Facebook group, all that stuff. Alright, well, I will see all of you next week.